Hi, welcome to CHI Borders YouTube channel. I'm going to probably use 15 minutes to talk about step-by-step guide for FBAR filing, complete instructions today. So let's get started. The understanding FBAR reporting requirement is really critical. Foreign bank account reporting, abbreviated as an FBAR or FinCEN Form 114, is a critical reporting requirements for U.S. persons with financial interest or signature authorities over foreign financial accounts. Suppose you have foreign bank accounts and investment accounts or other financial holding accounts outside the United States that exceed $10,000 in aggregate at any point of time during the calendar year. In that case, you must file an FBAR with the Financial Crime Enforcement Network, FinCEN. So FBAR compliance isn't merely a suggested practice. It's a mandatory requirement under the Bank Secrecy Act designed to combat tax evasion and money laundering through offshore accounts. With increased information sharing between financial institutions globally and heightened scrutiny from the U.S. tax authorities, proper FBAR filing has never been more critical. So in this comprehensive guide, I'll walk through the entire FBAR filing process, from determining your reporting obligations to submitting your FinCEN Form 114, whether you are a first-time filer or seeking to ensure your existing compliance practice are current. This step-by-step approach will help you navigate the complexity of foreign financial account reporting and avoid potentially severe penalties. So who needs to file FBAR? Um, I use the term U.S. persons at the beginning. U.S. persons must file FBAR. Now, U.S. persons are U.S. citizens and U.S. green card holders and current U.S. resident, the person who reside in the United States for a visa, and entities such as corporation, trust, and partnership. Um, the this definition is very broad to capture all the individuals and entities with potential foreign financial ties. And let me explain about the $10,000 threshold. So the $10,000 again is any time during the calendar year if the aggregate balance exceed $10,000, then you must file FBAR, even if each account is under $10,000. Even if one of your account is $1 balance, you must report all of them. That's the essence of $10,000 threshold. Okay, let's get to the next subject. FBAR reporting. Account types are bank accounts, security accounts, commodity, futures or option accounts, cash value insurance policies, mutual funds, accounts held with foreign financial institutions. I would add that foreign ETF accounts, foreign pension accounts, also if you have signature authority of, let's say you work for a company and the company has a bank account in foreign countries and you are a CFO and you have a signature authority, then you must report that also. So those are the types of accounts. You want to make sure that you include all those accounts. You don't want to miss them because it's subject to penalty. Make sure you cover all the accounts that needs to be reported. The penalties are pretty high. On the right-hand side, non-willful penalty is $10,000 per year. In a recent court decision said it's not a per account, it's a per year violation. And the willful violations, meaning if the tax authority, IRS, decides that you knew the rule, you intentionally violated the rule, then the penalty is severe, $100,000 adjusted for inflation or 50% of the account balance at the time of the breach. So I think the intention of the tax authority is to make sure you voluntarily report your foreign bank accounts to the tax authorities. Okay. So let's go to the step-by-step approach. First, you need to gather your foreign account information. So first, financial institution details, name, address, postal code, and institution's identification number if applicable. 2, account information, account number, type of accounts, whether the account was opened or closed during that year, and of course the maximum value. Now let's say you cannot find the maximum value, or financial institutions say, we don't have your information. You have to come to our branch to find out the information. We can't just give you the number over the phone or over the internet. Then either you need to travel to your home country to find out the information, or you need to do a best estimate. I recommend you to do take a conservative type of approach. It's better to overstate rather than understate. I mean, of course, the best thing is to make sure you report accurate number. But if you can't, stay on the conservative side would be probably a better approach. So you do need to find out the dollar amount. So that means you need to translate the value, right? Translate the value. So you need to review all the account statement to identify what's the highest balance during the year, not just a year-end balance, and convert the maximum value to US dollars using the US Treasury's financial management service rate for December 31. So you need to use a year-end rate to translate your maximum balance into US dollars. And you gotta do this for every single account. And make sure you document how you come up with exchange rate. Where is your source of information, exchange rate, and make sure you leave the trace of your conversion calculations. Okay. And then FBAR filing all done electronically through FinCEN's so-called BSA e-filing system. And you gotta visit the website a BSA e-filing website and select for individual filers like you, select a file FinCEN Form 114 individually under the no registration FBAR filer options, and the entity filer, it's a different thing. And then step 4, you need to complete FinCEN Form 114 selection by section by section. So the information that you do need to follow is filer information, your social security number or date of birth, if you're individual, partnership, corporation. The number 2, provide your contact information, address, phone number. If you have a jointly owned account, you need to report that too. And if you have a signature authority, then you need to report that too. Now, if you have more than 25 accounts, I think there is a section, excuse me, section that you can add those information to your FinCEN. Or I think you may be able to provide summary information about those accounts. Okay, so once you do that, you do need to review for accuracy of your FinCEN filing, account numbers, maximum values, currency conversions, contact information, institution details, and you are signing for this form under penalty of perjury, meaning you'll be prosecuted, or if you lie in this form. And then it's kind of common sense, but you gotta make sure that's your best information and you're not lying, and that's critical. And click submit electronically to file your FBAR, and save and print the confirmation page showing your BSA identifier number for your own record. And finally, make sure you keep those records for at least 5 years from the due date, copies of filed FBARs and confirmation numbers, and supporting documentation, account statement showing balances throughout the year, documentation of the exchange rates used, and any correspondence with FinCEN regarding your filing. You probably don't have too many correspondence with the FinCEN about your filings. It's very rare that they will contact you. So next, things that you need to be careful about. Like I said, your financial institution in your home country may give you a difficult times in giving you bank information, the balance information. If that's case, use your best estimate to provide the numbers. It's a lot better than not to report the account, but to report it with your best estimate. The currency fluctuations, you make sure you use a right exchange rate and your calculation is correct. And often you may have accounts with the same number, checking and saving, and it's the same number. What should I do? I think uh, if it's a two separate account, I would try to separately list them, and then add maybe -1 or -2 to those accounts. Um, the the um, if the names listed in your financial local, in your home country's financial information institution is different from what your U.S. name is, I would use a U.S. name to make sure to avoid any confusions. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the late filing. Um, the first, let's look at the bottom of the slide. The due date for the FBAR is October 15 of next year. April 15 is the first deadline, but if you haven't filed by April 15, you get automatically get an extension. You don't really have to do anything to obtain that extension. So theoretically, October 15 is your deadline. However, it's always good because similar information will show up on your Form 1040. It's better to try to do it same time with your Form 1040 filing. So often it would be April 15 unless you extend your 1040. So if you extend your 1040, you can, because the final deadline of the 1040 is October 15, you can simultaneously file 1040 and FBAR. Now, if you're late, there are three options that you can do. I listed three of them here. First one is delinquent FBAR submission procedure. And 2 is streamlined filing compliance procedure. And 3 is voluntary disclosure program. Number 1, delinquent FBAR submission procedure. You can do this if there is no unreported income. And there is no penalty for this one. 2, streamlined filing compliance procedure. If you are non-willful, you can use this. And if you are resident in foreign countries, there is no penalty. And if you are resident of the United States, then you have a 5% penalty. The 3 is voluntary disclosure program. This is available for willful violation, and penalty is a lot higher, and it's I would say it's pretty rare, and unless you were intentional, and if the amount is large, it could lead to a criminal prosecutions. So the viewers of my video or our video probably don't have to worry about voluntary disclosure program, but if you do, please contact us for further discussions. So let's conclude our video. The ensuring FBAR compliance is really for your peace of mind. First time doing this is daunting, but following this step-by-step approach will help you to meet your foreign financial account reporting obligations. Remember that FBAR is filed separately from your tax return and has its own distinct requirements and deadlines. So key takeaways for successful FBAR filing includes understanding whether you meet the threshold of $10,000, its aggregate maximum balance, gather comprehensive information about your foreign financial accounts, and file electronically through the BSA e-filing system before the deadline, and maintain detailed records for at least 5 years after the filing. Consider professional assistance for complex situations. So at our firm, we specialize in helping U.S. persons navigate the complexity of international tax compliance. So our team can provide personalized guidance tailored to your specific circumstances. So don't leave your FBAR compliance to chance. Schedule a complimentary consultation with CHI Border Tax Advisory Team today to ensure your foreign account reporting meets all requirements and protects you from potential penalties. So please utilize our complimentary online meeting session to help you, understand better about FBAR filing requirements. As a disclaimer, this information is provided just for general information purpose only and should not be construed as a professional tax advice nor a legal advice. We are not the law firm, and we do not provide legal advice either. But this is a very general advice and general information purpose, education purpose only. We strive to be as accurate as possible, but we cannot be held responsible for any inaccuracies that may come out from this video. So thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.